Okay, so let's go ahead and tell everyone what's going on, Shug. It's the big, obnoxious pain in our ass. Let's get to the source of our woes this evening. It's casting a bleak, annoying shadow over our usual shiny personalities.
Why not? We might as well.
Yes, I can hear the great abundance of annoyance in your tone, and I'm right there with you, trust me. So, we have ourselves a troublesome situation here at the Manor tonight, ghouls, and it involves the lack of cognitive ability to obey the rules of the Manor, and I don't have a lot of those. Yet naturally, as human beings, we find ways to shit the bed, gracefully shit the bed,
In a world that is already graceful shit.
in which we sadly inhabit. Okay, so here's the deal. Shug, about a year ago, you gave me a giant burlap sack of this really, really bright blue powder, almost angelic the way it glows.
Yes, I call it soul sugar, and I'm wrecking my brain trying to understand what the hell she was thinking.
Oh, wait, no, 1 second. Why don't you tell everyone what this powder is and what it does, considering it's your creation? I want them to have full perspective.
Oh, Mayzoa, I want to kick you. I really want to kick you. You do know that.
I know you do. I see the way you're staring at me. I know you do.
As the madam said, I gave her a big sack of highly concentrated spiritual dust. I call it soul sugar. It's not very convoluted for me to make. This cleans negative chakra and purges all physical ailments when it enters your body. When you snort this, it gives the user wonderful sensations beyond belief, as it slowly fuses into your spirit. You feel consumed by sheer release. You feel weightless. You feel almost godly.
It feels amazing. It really does.
These sensations, they last for hours, and in time, you proceed into a paralysis, forcing yourself into your astral body, both immobile as you are cleansed, both your physical body as well as your astral self. Once the slow process is done, you shift back to your physical body, revitalized, youthful. You feel as if you are reborn, a brand new human being.
And you're not dreaming when you have this stuff either. I'm telling you, it's spirit crack. It's genuine spirit
Oh,
cocaine.
how dare you. I'm so insulted.
Oh, you know goddamn well it's more addictive than the devil's nutsack. You gave me a sack of this shit knowing that I would suck some ghostly foreskin for another bag, didn't you?
I gave that dust to you to release that anger of yours.
Well, I wouldn't blow a damn gasket if idiots would stop pissing me off and triggering my transformation, like this Bible-thumping Howard Anderson ass tickler, slandering my show in the newspapers and petitioning to get me arrested for swearing.
We'll deal with him in time. He's harmless.
Oh, I'm sure we don't have to do a damn thing. I'm sure the police are going to catch him playing sticky finger with someone he shouldn't soon enough, but anyhow. So, go ahead and tell them what happens if you act like a junkie on the morphine drip and you snort too much of this dust.
Simple. You end up detaching yourself. You split from your physical body almost indefinitely. You reach a state of deep comatose. This is no good, needless to say. You become trapped within your paralyzed astral self. Not only that, but consuming such great amounts of this, you risk a total cleansing. Something you don't want. It's every human being's worst nightmare. Your personality, your mannerisms, your memories, everything you cherish, all wiped away. Shall you ever reawaken again, that is. You wake up vegetated, and everything you knew and loved, no longer committed to memory. That's why your intake should be no longer than a toothpick.
A spiritual overdose, in other words. Spirit detergent that cleans you all the way to limbo if you take too much.
You're horrible at describing my concoctions. You do realize that.
You know what? Hey, at least I didn't call it spiritual butt sugar. Then you have a reason to be insulted. You know what I mean. So there's the minutia of it. Here's the deal. There's a special room on the second floor here at the manor. The witch room. Every potion, healing balm, or arcane substance Shug has ever given to me is in this room, and you can only get into this room with the master key, because of the special lock and protection spell I have on it. The skeleton keys won't even unlock it to get you in there.
You have more than one skeleton key?
I do. There's 2 of them to the manor. Ethel has one, and Agneta has one, my most trusted maids, of course, and I have the master key, which is the only key that'll get you in there, of course, and I trust no one with it except yourself. So I won't lie, I am at fault here too. I played my role. 4 of my maids live here with me, out of 7, and at times they feel stressed and morally depleted, dreadful in these times, which I understand, especially the 3 that go home to their families trying to survive. It's why I pay them what they're worth, unlike the bank suit bastards who don't know shit from apple butter on what it's like to be poor. If they had a choice of eating or making sure their home has lights, they'd shit themselves like a goddamn newborn baby. So my servants know I'm not a blue nose, and I give a damn. So one evening, I decided to uplift my employees, if you know what I mean, you could say. So I gather all 7, 5 women, 2 men, and I get them all down on the first floor in the downstairs parlor, and I gave each of them a small hit of the soul sugar. A very small hit, not enough to get a damn baby or cat addicted, but clearly I underestimate Suge's craft, which is why she's staring at me the way she's doing right now. Don't give me that look. If I knew she was such a look, if I knew she would begin snorting it like a starving anteater, I wouldn't have indulged her, Suge. I didn't think she'd need spirit rehab. I know. Okay, I have a maid by the name of Sadie here, ghouls. She started about a month ago. She's a real shy tomato, a real canceled stamp. She has no money. Well, she had no money. She had no hope, mismatching shoes, and her dress was in tatters like America's history. I, of course, took pity on that, and I hired her. I gave her a home, fed her, clothed her. You know that room on the second floor, way at the end, the diagonal one across from the music room?
Yeah.
Well, that is her room, a few doors down from Ethel's. Sadie has been watching my movements very closely, and I guess she knows where I was putting my master key. She is sneaking up at midnight, sneaking into my bedroom, taking my master key, going into the witch room, and snorting the sugar like a pig at a goddamn slop party. So now her soul is floating around like a white flag of surrender, and Suge is trying to place it back in her body.
Luckily, she has a faint heartbeat, so there is a possibility.
I didn't think she would get that addicted on such a tiny hit. Suge, we started noticing these really bright blue trails going up the hallway leading up to the room, and you can see them because they glow at night. It's so obvious she's taking it. Just these trails going into her room. She should have covered her ass a lot better. We would have never have found out. And because that stuff is bright. Let me tell you, bright. It's brighter than Aunt Jemima's teeth. You can't miss it.
Does she have any more private stashes in her room? You better remove them.
Oh, no. Trust me. I had her room fully cleaned out. Had the rugs taken out and beaten worse than Jess Willard. That's why we have her body down in the basement as we speak. But I know she was taking bags of the shit and hiding it in her pillow. Doris, you know Doris, she went in there to change the sheets, and when she came out, she looked like a damn fairy. She wasn't happy.
Goodness, how long has she been taking it?
3 weeks tops. Like I said, she's only been here a month. And she's building quite the resume for herself with this act of reason. And let me tell you, Ethel would warn me. She was saying she'd hear footsteps going up to the 3rd floor and then back down to the witch room in the early a.m. Ethel goes to bed when we go on the air around midnight. But she figured it was the ghost of the house being a loud, obnoxious prick as always. Suge, I can't help but give the girl Dumb Dora points right now. I'm pretty sure she's taken many wooden nickels before this.
It's a waiting game right now. I've done what I can to reverse it. Her physical body has to accept her spirit all over again. Only time will tell. She's just barely alive. Luckily, I froze her at this state.
Let me ask you, is it natural for her skin to look the way it looks right now? She makes the Pillsbury Doughboy look Mexican.
Well, this is the first time someone has overindulged, so it's new to me. We're seeing new effects. In a way, she's the perfect guinea pig. Sadie's done you quite a service.
Well, I don't exactly want her in limbo. I mean, I won't find a duster like her anywhere, Suge, because Lord knows, her heart is in the right place, but when she cooked, it tasted like I was eating fire cakes with Washington's army at Valley Forge. We found her skill, and I would like to keep that here.
You're horrible. Horrible.
No, but seriously. I do hope she wakes up, because I'd like to bond with my servants. I appreciate their service. If anyone has a problem with them, they have a problem with me. I want her to come back to us, hopefully without the Captain Howie spirits, if that's possible.
I took care of that. The ward candles are around her body. No chance of it.
Oh, okay, good. I was worried about that, because if she comes back with her head rotating and shouting crude obscenities at me, I'll have to cut her head off personally.
Why, would you feel opposed? Would that threaten your job?
Of course. Hey, look, I'm the only one allowed to say goddamn, ass, shit, and fuck on the air. I'm the only one allowed to offend the city at midnight. Isn't that right, Howard Anderson? I hope you're listening, you saggy-skinned scumbag, you delusional powdered-wigged asshole. Go ahead and write another column in the newspaper about my show. Go ahead and tell them that I have a partially dead servant here right now. And I will rip that up on the air and wipe Baco's ass with that one too, pal. Go screw yourself since your wife is afraid to. Goddamn blithering simpleton. Anyway.
So are you gonna fire her once she comes to? If she comes to?
You know, I thought about that, and just, Shug, I tell you, I can't. I just can't. I mean, she's an absolute dope for pulling this, and I'm going to have to lock her down like a fat kid with candy. But I want to keep Sadie. I want to give her a second chance. I mean, I don't know if Sadie has any family whatsoever. She doesn't speak a lot about her personal life, if the girl even has one. She's very shy. She's just one of those tomatoes that takes time to open up. You gotta handle her with really, really gentle, poofy gloves. But she's a sweetie. She is, and I didn't mean to drive her to such deep addiction, so we'll keep you updated, ghouls, on Sadie's state.
Well, you are right about one thing. A tiny hit shouldn't addict someone so strongly. There's more to be looked into when it comes to it engaging certain humans. This is interesting.
She was taking huge handfuls. I'm surprised she's not already faded. Something is keeping her dopey self here. Well, you are now.
Yes, I cast a hold spell on her. She's going to remain frozen for a while. As long as I'm in the manor, she'll remain that way until her body decides to take her soul back. So it looks like I'm staying a few days. Temporary probation at Madame's manor.
Like you don't want to stay with your best friend in the whole wide world, even though you want to kick her in the mouth right now. By the way, no commissary for new prisoners.